Hello, this is Nova Topflex, and I'm very sorry for the middle click that terminated my last video early. If I'd middle click on the FFmpeg, it might not work super well. I don't know why. Feel free to tell me in the comments why middle clicking will just terminate an FFmpeg. But this is package series T is all done, and then TCL, that's going to be tickle, ticklet, TK enter, the tkinner, X for X Windows system, and then there will still be Xfce. These are fonts. Different types of fonts available on your system. Your system with Pentium. These are Xfree86 utilities. Xf86 is Xfree86, by the way. These are more applications related to X, not just Xfce or whatnot, but X included, of course. Preparing to configure your new Linux system. Generating an initial RAM disk for use with the generic kernels. Kernel modules are needed to mount the root partition and must be regenerated whenever updated. To regenerate, select the setup script from within package tool or run geninit-rd, which will produce an initial RAM disk for the installed generic kernels. /boot/initrd.gz and 5.15.19 SMP is symmetric multiprocessing, but there is no symmetric multiprocessing on Pentium. Please wait while we run mkfontscale and mkfontdir, the font directory, and your root directories. Well, font directories rather, not root necessarily. Though there's always a root directory, honestly, more or less. We do not have a USB boot stick on the installation, or at least I do not. Simple, tried Delilo. Safe choice, don't change it to any dangerous options or anything that's unsafe. Don't ask about VESA modes, no, about VESA modes. Just safe choice of standard console, please. Optional. Is there any way to install to MBR? I thought I had a GPT. Localhost. Also localhost. Confirm startup services to run. Just keep with the normal ones for now. Try out some custom screen fonts, so... different fonts that exist. These are different fonts, by the way, that are available on your system. But these are only some of them. There are so many fonts available. What are the defaults? The default fonts are... While I cannot show you all the fonts because there are so many, I would like to do the... Is the hardware clock set to... And then, if you're not sure what time this is, local time... Since I'm located in the Eastern time zone, I would like to put Eastern time in there. Now, Vim is going to be my text editor. And then, which default window manager should I use? I should try the cholesterol-free desktop environment first. There's currently no root password set on the system administrator account root. I'm going to do the recommended, not the recommended, but this is just a demo. This is nothing serious or too much, but exit Slackware Linux setup. Please remove the installation disk. And now I'm going to transfer from the CD-ROM. I'm going to change the boot D now to a boot C. So boot C means I'm going to boot to the disk itself and finally get to Slackware proper. I'm loading Linux on my system now. It's going to have a relatively low resolution of either, I believe that it's 640 by 480 or 800 by 600. Might just be 640 by 480. But it's decompressing Linux. Verbosity. This is a verbose output in installation purposes and in that concept and context. Box and QEMU, I believe, are the two distinct virtual machine managers that we have on our standard systems, depending on your purpose and whatnot. This is my first time booting into the Slackware virtual machine, so maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but not too much longer. This is Slackware, so it's an older distro of Linux compared to most others that you might use on the regular, by the way. This is actually what GPM is like. And then now let me actually check. Do I have the ability to start Xfce 4 already or not? So now let me actually check if the reason for this, why is it not working? So why does start Xfce 4? So Xinit RC. So xwm config. This is going to set the standard window manager. I would like to keep it on the cholesterol free as long as it's possible. If the tab window manager will work, start xtwm, I'm going to check this one. Why does start x not work? I sadly cannot get X in it. So why? So Mesa Loader is going to be here, but cat/var/log/xorg.0.log. Not pipe less, you can do just less. Is it possible to do regex with all this or not? Illegal instruction. Feel free to tell me why. Now I wonder if it's because I'm on a 586 and not a 686. So if I were on a 686 system instead of a 586, maybe I would be able to do... But even then, last time I tried Xfce on there, it did not actually work with... So now let me actually try this again. It's start X. And does it work now? It does, and I have a cursor. Let me actually check the settings. Can I trim this screen down a little bit? I don't want desktop, I want display settings, by the way. So 4x3, 640 by 480, this is what it's like. And here we go, actually. Usually it's Control-Alt-F for File Manager and Control-Alt-T for Terminal. And it still does fit, even though the terminal size may not be 80 by 24 as it normally is. If you like this type of content and would like to learn more about Slackware Linux installations, please like, share, comment, subscribe, try to hack the YouTube algorithm, and thanks for watching. Signing off.